In 2025, a storm hit one of India's coolest beer brands. Production stopped, salaries froze. And over 250 employees signed a petition demanding their own founder, Ankur Jain, step down. They accused the company of delayed pay, unpaid taxes, and total chaos in leadership. The same company that once gave Kingfisher a run for its money was now struggling to even pay salaries. So, what really happened to Bira91? How did India's trendiest craft beer brand go from party favorite to corporate meltdown? Let's rewind. The story begins with Ankur Jain. He studied in the US, fell in love with the craft beer scene there, and brought that idea back to India. In 2015, when the Indian beer market was all about strong, bitter drinks like Kingfisher and Hayward's, Ankur had a simple thought. What if beer wasn't just about getting drunk? What if it was actually fun to drink? That's how Bira was born. Bira meaning brother in Punjabi, and 91 representing India's country code. It was young, urban, and proudly Indian. The vibe was different. The monkey logo, the reverse B, the bright colors, everything screamed rebellion. And the taste? Lighter, fruitier, smoother, perfect for the new generation that wanted to sip beer, not survive it. Within a few years, Bira was everywhere. Bars, music festivals, pop-ups, even abroad. In less than a decade, it became India's fourth largest beer brand, valued at thousands of crores. But then, the bubbles started to fade. Now here's where things go sideways. In 2023, Bira's parent company, B9 Beverages Private Limited, was preparing for a big IPO. And for that, they decided to do a tiny legal change. Drop one word from their name, the word private. So the company became B9 Beverages Limited. Sounds simple, right? Except in India, nothing in the liquor business is simple. You see, alcohol is regulated state by state. Each state treated the new name as an entirely new company, which meant all their existing approvals, licenses, and product registrations became invalid overnight. To continue selling, they had to reapply separately in every single state. And until those approvals came, sales had to stop. Imagine this beer bottles already sitting in warehouses worth 80 crore rupees. Suddenly become unsellable because the label said Private Limited instead of Limited. Distributors stopped taking orders. Retailers replaced Bira with competitors like Simba, White Owl, and B Young. And months went by before some of those licenses were fixed. By the end of 2024, Bira's sales dropped by over 20%. Revenues fell to 638 crore, and the company recorded a loss of 748 crore. A simple name change had turned into a corporate nightmare. As production slowed, money started drying up. By mid-2025, reports said the company's cash flow was wrecked. Salaries got delayed for months, reimbursements were pending since last year, and even TDS and PF deposits were missed. Out of 700 employees, only around 260 remained. And those who stayed finally snapped. They wrote a petition, sent it to investors accusing the founder of corporate mismanagement and demanding his removal. The total dues to employees? Around 50 crore. When asked, Ankur admitted that there were salary delays, but said it was because of unforeseen business disruptions, the name change, fundraising delays, and liquor policy shifts. But by then, the damage was already public. The once fun, youthful brand now looked like a company in crisis. Even with all this chaos, Bira isn't giving up. Some states like Delhi and UP have approved new licenses, and production has slowly restarted. The company is reportedly planning to raise 500 crore in new funding to clear debts and pay dues. They're also setting up a new brewery in UP, investing another 200 crore to cut costs and control supply. The goal? Double production in 2025 and finally go public in 2026. It's ambitious, but when you lose trust from your employees, vendors, and drinkers all at once, it takes more than money to rebuild. The downfall of Bira isn't just about beer. It's about how one small decision can break a giant. In most startups, a name change means nothing. But in the alcohol business, where every state has its own maze of rules, dropping just the word private froze their entire operation for months. While Bira drowned in paperwork, rivals filled the shelves. And when the cash dried up, employee trust followed. Yet the story isn't over. India's beer market is booming, and Bira still has loyal drinkers and big investors behind it. If they can fix the approvals, pay their people, and steady the finances, there's still hope for a comeback. But if not, Bira will go down as one of India's most ironic startup failures. A brand that lost everything. Not because of bad beer, but because of bad paperwork.